Alright guys, this is the Junkie and I'm back. This is for my boy Bigeez Comics Contest. Dude, your channel is awesome. I love it. Just your personality and, you know, your enthusiasm for showing off books. I love it. It's addicting. So, anyways, just to let you know, my friend, the poster is in the mail. It is on its way to you. So, I am looking forward to where it goes from here. Hopefully, it travels around the world and everybody gets to sign it. And then, you know, we'll figure out a way that everybody can get a copy. But anyways, it's not about that. It's about my boy Bigeez. And he wanted us to show off at least 5 books that we wanted to get graded. I just signed up for CBS. Only strictly because I have some comics that have signatures on them already, and I know they have the signature series verified, where they can verify your signatures. But apparently, I just realized PGX has the same service, and they're a lot cheaper. Now, when I get these books graded, I'm not necessarily doing it for the value of the book, because I don't really plan on selling my collection to anybody. It's strictly just for me. So when I buy graded books, it doesn't matter what company I get them. I just want to get them for a good price. That's my only thing, is I want to get a good deal. So it doesn't matter if it's PGX, CBCS, CGC, Bill, Dick, and Harry's. It doesn't matter what company it is. And it doesn't really... On modern books, I would expect to have at least a 9.0 or higher, preferably. But on like silver and golden, to me, as you guys seen, I bought my X-Men number 7, and it was a 2.0, and I don't care. I mean, it's an older book. Books like that were read, and I'm not going to pay $1,000 for a comic that's a 7.0 when I just want it graded, and I'm not going to read it, and I'm not planning on reselling it. It's just for my own personal collection to complete a run or whatever. Anyways, like I said, guys, these books that I'm going to show, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I got about 7 books. A couple of them are kind of rare, and some I just like the cover, and it would be kind of cool to kind of display them. But anyways, let me go ahead and show off what I got. First up, not because of value or anything, just because of the cover. I really love that cover, man. I mean, that is just... It's painted. It's a beautiful cover. I believe it's by Alex Ross. I believe. I'm not 100%. But it's the Marvels Book 0. Just the cover alone. I mean, like I said, I'm not doing this for value. I'm doing it strictly for... That would be really cool to display on a wall. Anyways, up next is another cool book, not because based on value, just because of the cover, man. Dead World. I mean, I have 2 copies of number 1. And as you can see, there's not much wrong with this book, man. Sorry about the glare, the Mylar is kicking in. But the corners are pretty tight. And just because of the cover, you know. I love the cover. So that would be another cool book to display. Here is a little bit of a rarer book. It's Grimm Tales of Terror by Zenscope, number 1. Retailer incentive. I have 2 of these. And the story behind that is, my shop, I was digging through their boxes and I saw this. I really liked the cover. There were 2 of them in there. I pulled them up, took them up front, and basically the guy behind the counter, there's no barcode on the inside, back cover, anywhere. It's just the price. The price on the back side, it was $2.99, I believe, or $3.99. And he couldn't find it in the system, so he goes, somebody's mistake is your benefit. I'm going to go ahead and give it to you at cover. Well, I come to find out, these are going for like anywhere between $120 and $170 online, and I have 2, and I got them for cover. So I would want to get both of them graded, just because. Up next is another really hot, rare book right now, is Batman Eternal number 19. It is limited to 999 copies, and I have 6. And the cool thing is, one of the reasons I wanted to get CBCS is because Chad Hardin, the guy that drew this cover, is going to be at Tampa Bay Comic-Con. So I wanted to take down about 3 copies just to get them signed and get them verified and get them graded. Now that book in the future is something that I probably would sell if the price is right, strictly because, you know, if I could get a couple hundred for it signed and graded, and there's only 999 copies in the entire planet, and if I could get one and sell it and use that money to flip around and buy like X-Men number 3 or number 2, or, you know, use the money towards those comics, by all means I would do it in a second, because, you know, I have no real attachment to these comics, but if I can get them graded with the artist's signature on it, I mean, I haven't seen any online at all that are signed and graded. I know my boy Murfinator just got his graded, just a raw copy, but if I could get one signed and graded, and the only one on the internet, and if I can use that money to help me get X-Men number 2, I would sell 1 or 2 copies in a second. If I could get a really key book that I've always wanted. Up next, of course, is my Girl Handsy. I would get that graded just because it's a different cover. I have like 12 or 13 copies, and it would be cool just to have one graded. And I know there's a lot of controversy over me having these covers, but if you read the book and you know about it, it's not as bad as it looks. It's a Christian comic, so it can't be that bad, right? Up next are a few Golden Age books that I picked out of my collection, strictly for the covers. I love these covers. Up here is Crime and Suspense Stories, number 23. Strictly just because, I mean, this was before they started putting, like, restrictions on what you could put on comic covers and stuff. And it's just a cool, you know, just a cool, different cover. I think I paid 20 bucks for it. Staples are intact, books all together. It's a little beat up, but I mean, it's Golden Age. What do you expect? Here are a couple War Comics Golden Age. I really like this cover. Battle Stories number 8. Just because it's a 10-cent cover, I believe, I can't remember the date, and I have it double bagged in Mylar, so I don't want to pull it out, but I don't remember the date, but just the fact that the staples are intact, and it's just the colors are still really vivid for such an older book, you know, but I really love that cover. And here's another cover that I really love, War Soldier Comics number 8, just another different Golden Age comic. I mean, just look at those covers. I mean, just the reds and the yellows, you know, they're still very vivid, and I love that. But that's all I got, guys. That's just a few of the books that I'd want to get graded. I know grading comics is really expensive, and that's not something I'd want to spend a lot of money on, but I'm doing the video to support my boy Bigeez. And, yeah, guys, go check him out. I'll have a link to his channel in the description below. Remember to thumbs up, thumbs down, like, subscribe if you like, if you want to see more content with comics and video games and weight loss and movies and action figures. I have videos on everything, man. Miss Haley. So, yeah, guys, go check out Bigeez. Description in the link below. It's the Junkie, and I'm out.